lovely friends. A warm welcome to the Imagination Gallery. Thank you for being a part of this artistic journey. I'm absolutely delighted to have each and every one of you here today.
Some smiles bloom only when the soul finds a place it belongs. And for these women, that place is nature. In today's story, friends, we are stepping into a gentle world where two women are just surrounded by nature but embrace it. Hello friends, and welcome to Imagination Gallery, a story through charcoal, a quiet heartfelt moment between two women and the soul of nature itself. Leaves whisper around them, birds glide above, butterflies flutter, and through it all they smile, not out of habit but because they have found peace. So if you're someone who believes beauty begins with belonging, like this video. Subscribe to join our world of timeless memories and comment below what brings out your real smile. In a world full of speed, these women choose stillness. They remind us happiness doesn't always come wrapped in noise. Sometimes it's a soft breeze, the rustle of leaves, the hum of life around us. They aren't just smiling, they are listening to the wind, to the leaves, to the echoes of their own hearts, finally speaking after years of silence. A story of two souls. We have carried worries, seen storms, and then one day simply stood still. Nature, with all its quiet strength, answered back, not with words but with presence. Notice how the lines curve not just around the bodies but their emotions. The subtle expressions, not paused, not forced. Just two women completely in tune with the world around them. The butterflies aren't there just for decoration. It symbolizes transformation. The leaves, growth, renewals, grounding. The birds, freedom but not escape. A return to what matters. Maybe, friends, they remind you of your own moments. A morning by the garden, that long lost laugh with your sister, a memory of your mother picking flowers. We all have our place in nature's memory. This sketch isn't about lines and charcoal. It's about how we feel when we let go, and nature holds us. Friends, this sketch wasn't planned. It came to me one quiet morning after a walk with no destination. I remembered my mother smiling when wind touched her face, my friend holding a butterfly like it was scared, and somehow I needed to hold on to that memory. To many, this may look like lines and shadows, but to me, this is a pause. A reminder that softness is strength, that we are allowed to just be beautiful, connected, free. So maybe, friends, this isn't just their story, maybe this is ours. Thank you for joining us today. I would love to hear from you. When did you last feel truly connected to the earth? Comment us below. Subscribe to stay close and share it with everyone. You will find many stories here, quiet ones, true ones, and the kind that never leaves you. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.